Morning. Morning. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. You're early.
I'm always early. Not in the press conferences, but.
Morning, Arsene. Can we please start with your team news ahead of the Chelsea game?
Look, at the moment our injury list is quite long because we lost Kolasinac. In the game we lost Koscielny, and we had already, of course, Monreal, Giroud, Ramsey, Ozil, and who will be available tomorrow. The two who have a little chance are Ozil. Might have a test this morning, but he hasn't been out at all since Crystal Palace, so I don't know. And Koscielny, but yesterday the medicals were pessimistic about Koscielny.
What's the prognosis on Koscielny and Kolasinac?
Kolasinac is out completely for at least 2 weeks. Koscielny is 30 available, 70 not.
Of course, it's your second game in the space of just 72 hours. How difficult is it to prepare, and what do you have to do differently to you?
Well, basically we dedicate our time to recovery, to work a little bit today to prepare tomorrow's game, and after that's all. Basically it's 80% recovery and 20% training.
Arsene, you mentioned some of your injuries. How well equipped is the squad at the moment to cope with those injuries?
We have a squad is equipped to deal with that because we have shown that in the Europa League, in the League Cup, you know, that we have a big squad. But we cannot lose any more players now because we are a bit short.
What significance do you place on this game? You look at the league table, 5th place, and a small gap between 5th and the top 4 heading into a game against obviously one of your rivals. What significance do you place on the game?
Well, the gap is not big at the moment. I think we know that our home form will be absolutely vital, and we just come home from West Brom frustrated because we lost 2 points that were really frustrating, and on the other hand we know it puts us even more under pressure to deliver a big result tomorrow.
Early in your reign, Arsenal dominated this fixture, and Chelsea had a spell where they dominated the fixture. Yeah. Is this as close as it's been in your time at this fixture?
Yeah, it looks like in the last 2 years, yes. We played many times Chelsea. It was always tied results. Apart from at home last year, I think we beat them 3-0, but after that we played them many times, and it was always big battles. And Chelsea comes back as well in a good form, you know. They've been consistent recently. So it's a good, big challenge for us tomorrow.
Realistically, do you think Arsenal or Chelsea can still catch Manchester City? Can anyone still catch Manchester City?
Look, if they keep going like they did until now, in the last 3-4 games, I feel they have shown signs where they are less dominant, and you would say that all the other teams, one of the teams behind them, would need to have a perfect run, and they need, of course, to collapse a little bit. It's a bit too early to say that.
Reflecting on the West Brom penalty decision, have you had any communication with the referees governing about that?
No. No, you know, part of my job is to stand up for the results. Part of that is as well to stand up for things I'm not responsible. But you could argue as well that sometimes I get credit for things I'm not responsible as well. So unfortunately, that's the case. So it was very disappointing in the way it happened. And I must say what is more frustrating for me is that it happened many times this season. It was at Stoke, at Watford, at Man City, at West Brom, and that is a concerning coincidence for me, you know, and that's why I was not as well happy at all with the movement that the referee made to show why he gave a penalty, because that didn't correspond at all with what happened, you know. So on that front, it's a bit worrying.
Did you get any explanation at all? I mean, I know Petr Cech tried to speak to the referee and he was yellow carded.
No, he saw what he wanted to see, you know, and we have to deal with that. We have to put that in behind us and focus on our next game. We have to not to dwell on it and focus completely on our next game. I think we had a convincing result at Crystal Palace. We would have won this game as well. So let's continue to focus on how we can play and win the games.
You made the point after the game about no English referee going to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Is there any concern amongst managers at the moment that the standard is slipping, or what can be done there?
I said that many times, you know, but I just think they are professional, and what is fantastic, because I stood behind that with all my power at the time to afford them to be professional, and I support that. And so you expect as well the quality, because I'm in a position where they can, of course, be the best, because there are only 2 countries who have professional referees in Europe, and that's England and Italy. So of course you want them to have the time to improve and to raise their level. What is maybe not really confirmed, not only by my judgment, but as well by the referee's judgment.
The transfer window is, of course, now open. Will there be any incomings or outgoings this month at Arsenal?
When is very difficult to say, because we are out there and look, of course, to do some things, yes, but we will do, but when is very difficult to say, because that doesn't depend only on us.
Do you have positions in mind? I know you can't speak about individual players. Do you have positions in mind you would like to strengthen, if possible?
No, we are open in any position for the exceptional player who can give us a plus, you know, and therefore, of course, depends a little bit on the injuries as well, and on the other hand, I must say as well, it depends on who will manage to extend the contracts of the players who are at the end of their contract in June. So it will depend on that as well, because we'll have to take the consequences of these decisions and respond to it.
Is there any progress on those contract talks, contract extensions?
Well, the progress is in our job. Sometimes you think one day you make progress, the next day you move back again. So as long as something is not signed, you know, you don't like to talk too much about it.
If you lose Sanchez, Ozil, Wilshere in the summer, how do you cope with that? What's the plan?
Well, how we cope with that? First of all, we have not lost them yet, and secondly, we will respond to that by bringing in players of top quality.
Have you had any formal offers? Now the window is open. Any formal offers for Sanchez or Ozil this window?
No, we have not been contacted by anybody. No.
And I know you've spoken about it a lot. Are you confident at this stage, as of today, that you can keep all 3 of them longer beyond the summer?
We try, and but you know, I answered that question many times. I think at the moment the best is not to talk too much and focus on tomorrow's game.
The final question: you've been linked, a few reports linking you with David Luiz, and also on Thomas Lemar. Can you revisit perhaps that interest?
No, I don't want to speak about any special name, but these reports are wrong.
On Luiz?
Yes.
Thank you.
Arsene, after the win at Palace, Jack suggested or hinted in his TV interview that he would be signing a new contract. Is that something you can clarify?
You know, just answered that question, you know, that we want them to stay. After I say I answered that question, because as long as things are not signed, you can say you are positive or negative or super positive. When things are not signed, you shut up and You announce things when they are concrete, you know, that's as simple as that.
In terms of Sanchez, obviously people are going to always link him to the move away, and you'll lose him in the summer for nothing if he goes. Would it be beneficial for the club to sell him?
Look, honestly, my focus is on tomorrow's game. After that, this club has lost many big players, and has always responded well, you know. Massive players have left this club, and the club will always be in a strong position on that front. So but you want to keep your best players, yes.
Chelsea tomorrow is the first of 3 games you play against them this month in 2 different competitions, albeit. But how difficult is that when you're playing the same team almost?
You worry about the next one, and after you deal with the rest after. You know, in football is only one thing: is next game, and deal with what you had just. We have just to put the disappointment behind us as we got at West Brom, and deal with the challenge tomorrow.
Finally, just going back to that handball at West Brom, Stuart Pearce on TalkSport said one day that if all handball in the penalty area was given as a penalty, that would clear everything up, regardless of his men's or not men's. Would that be a way now? Because no one's sure if it's handball.
I don't think that would be the way, because you have to put things into perspective. To score a goal in football, you need to make sometimes 25 good passes. That demands some quality, and to create a goal chance. And just for me to give a goal away on because somebody moves the ball to your hand would be ridiculous. I think the oldest rule in the game is the best. It has to be a deliberate handball, and that's it, basically. Or we play a fast game. It's not serious, but you have to create a goal chance. You need to play football, and suddenly, because somebody hits your hand on purpose, you just need to lift the ball then to the hand on the arm along the body of anybody, and it's a goal. It's not serious.
Arsene, how many other Premier League managers agree with you about the standard of refereeing? I know Pep Guardiola was concerned about it. He spoke to Mike Riley last season. How many do you think agree with you and are worried about that?
I don't know. I just said if I would say the referees first, because we have who assesses the referees who go to the World Cup? The referees, you know. So that's basically the conclusion. I'm not good enough to judge the referees, but I just give facts. That is facts.
You just mentioned about players, big players leaving Arsenal. You're not scared of potentially losing Sanchez, Ozil and Jack Wilshere then?
No.
Why?
Because I want them to stay. Why should I be scared?
And with regards to Chelsea, you beat them 3-0 at the Emirates last season. You also beat them in the FA Cup. Do you scratch your head sometimes and wonder why you can't play more consistently like you did in those games across the season?
You're a bit harsh with us, because we made 75 points last year. You need some consistency to do that. And we won the FA Cup against strong teams. So to go to the final of the FA Cup, you need to be consistent, you know. So I believe that the Premier League is very even and very difficult for everybody. And the target in 2018 is to win every single game, and the next one is Chelsea.
Thank you very much.